お前はもう死んでいる。
Welcome to Analysts Vlog!
Based on the title of this vlog, you might conclude that this segment is designed for project manager or project coordinator.
But this is designed for all IT professionals, irrespective of their roles in data warehousing projects.
And it will show you how best you can fit into your specific role in the project. And if you want to be part of a team that is passionate about building a data warehouse,
You need the details in this vlog.
good morning! Good morning! So, your company is into data warehousing. How many data warehouse do you have?
11.
Oh, that's great! But why so many?
10 mistakes?
Although this conversation is a bit exaggerated, according to industry experts, more than 50% of data warehouse projects are considered failures. There are certain reasons for data warehousing projects failure, which are as follows: improper planning, inadequate project management, company not ready for a data warehouse, insufficient training staff, improper team management, and lastly, no support from top management.
So planning for data warehouse is necessary.
The key issues that need to be planned are value and expectation, risk assessment,
Top-down or bottom-up approach, build or buy, and lastly, we have the single vendor or best of breed.
The first one is key issues. So key issues is planning for your data warehouse begins with thorough considerations of the key issues. Answers to the key questions are vital for proper planning and successful completion of project, and therefore, let us consider the pertinent issues one by one. The second one is the values and expectations. So, will your data warehouse help the executive and managers to do better planning and make better decisions? Is it going to improve the bottom line? Is it going to increase the market share? If so, by how much? What are the expectations? What does the manager do to accomplish through data warehouse? And as part of the overall planning process, make a realistic benefits and expectations. This is the starting point. The next one is the risk assessment. So planners generally associate project risk with the cost of the project. And risk assessments is broad and relevant to each other business and use the culture and business conditions of your company to assess the risks. Include the assessments as part of your planning document.
After the risk assessment, let's go to top-down and bottom-up approach. The top-down approach is to start at the enterprise-wide data warehouse and passively build it iteratively. Then data from the overall large enterprise data warehouse flows into departmental and subject data marts. On the other hand, the bottom-up approach is to start by building individual data marts one by one. Before the management choose whether top-down or bottom-up approach they will going to use, they need to plan first and define requirements at the overall corporate level in order for them to choose the best practical approach. So next is build or buy. This is a major issue for all organizations. No one built a data warehouse totally from scratch by in-house programming. There's no need to reinvent the whole everything. A wide and rich range of third-party tools and solutions are now available. After nearly a decade of the data warehousing movement, the market has matured with suitable tools for data warehousing and business intelligence. The next one, we have the single vendor or best of breed. Vendors come in a variety of categories. There are multiple vendors and products catering to the many functions of data warehousing. We have two major categories. The first one, using products from a single vendor, and the second one, using products from more than one vendor. So when choosing a single vendor solution, it has a few advantages. First, high level of integration among tools. The second one, constant look and feel. The third one, seamless cooperation among components, centrally managed information exchange, and the negotiable overall price. Single vendor approach will naturally enable your data warehouse to be well integrated and function coherently. However, only a few vendors such as IBM and NCR offer fully integrated solutions. On the other hand, here are the major advantages of best breed solution that combines product from multiple vendors. The first one, you can build an environment to fit your organization. Second, there is no need to compromise between database and support tools. The third one, you can select product-based suited for specific function. First, you can build an environment to fit your organization. Second, there is no need to compromise between database and support tools. Third, you can select product best suited for the specific solutions, functions. So with the best of breed solution, our approach, compatibility among the tools from the different vendors could become a serious problem. If you are taking this route, make sure the selected tools are proven to be compatible. In this case, the staying power of individual vendor is crucial. Also, you will have less bargaining power with regard to individual products and may incur higher overall expense.
Business requirements, not technology. Business requirements should drive the data warehouse, not technology. Remember, it is about solving users' need for strategic information. First, conduct a preliminary survey of requirements. It will help to formulate the overall plan, including individual data requirements. Do not plan to build a data warehouse after understanding the requirements. The intention is to gain a deep understanding of the business. Next is the top management support. Company's data warehouse project must have the full support from the top or senior management throughout the daily process. Whenever the project encounters serious setbacks, the sponsor jumps in to resolve the issues. So who is the sponsor? The primary sponsor is from the highest levels of management, like the CEO of companies that launch data warehouses or a senior executive outside of information technology. Let's move on to the overall plan. Senior executive proposes a data warehouse as the solution for the information problems in a company. Formal plan sets the direction, tone, and goals of the initiative. The plan discusses the type of data warehouse and enumerates the expectations. Data warehouse projects are different from projects building the transaction from processing system.
Take a look closer on data warehouse development phases and the differences between a data warehouse project and OLTP application.
So let's now proceed to assessment of readiness. Let us say you have justified the data warehouse project and received the approval and blessings of the top management. Do you think you have an overall plan for data warehousing initiative? Or you have grasped the key issues and understood how a data warehouse project is different, and what you have to do is to handle the differences? Do you think you are ready to jump into the preparation of a project plan and get moving swiftly? Not not yet, you need to do a formal readiness assessment. The readiness assessment report is expected to serve the following purposes. 1. Lower the risk of big surprises occurring during implementation. 2. Provide a proactive approach to problem solution. 3. Reassess corporate commitment. 4. Review and re-identify project scope and size. And 5. Identify critical success factors. 6. Restate user expectations. And the last one, ascertain training needs.
Here we go with the Lifecycle approach. Lifecycle approach accomplishes all the major objectives in the system development process. It enforces orderliness and enables a systematic approach to building computer systems. Its approach breaks down the project complexity. This reason is enough for this to be considered for a data warehouse project.
The Lifecycle approach. The figure shows how to relate the functional components to software development lifecycle, or SDLC. As in any system development lifecycle, the data warehouse project begins with the preparation of a project plan. The project plan describes the project, identifies the specific objectives, mentions the crucial success factors, lists the assumptions, and highlights the critical issues. The plan includes the project schedule, lists the tasks and assignments, and provides for monitoring progress.
There are 4 considerations given. 1. Core values. 2. Core principles. 3. Core practices. And 4. Variables.
Includes striving for simplicity, providing and obtaining constant feedback on individual development tasks, fostering free and uninhibited communication, and rewarding courage to learn from mistakes. Next, core principles. Principles that are followed include encouraging quality, embracing change, changing incrementally, adopting simplicity, and providing rapid feedback. Core practices. Practices that are implemented include creating short releases of application components, performing development tasks jointly or called pair programming, working the 40-hour work week intensively, not expanding the time for ineffective pursuits, and having user representatives on site with the project team. Variables or control variables are time, quality, scope, and cost that can be manipulated for trade-offs to achieve results.
Transition again.
Adapting agile development. Agile means quick, smart, or clever. Agile development methodology encourages collaboration among project team members and users and promotes iterative or the repetition of an operation or procedure and step-by-step development efforts. Methodology rests on the adoption in every aspect of data warehouse development and implementation.
The project team. A data warehouse is similar to other software projects in that it's human intensive. It takes several trained and specially skilled persons to form the project team. In a properly constituted project team, each person is given specific responsibilities or a particular basic level. In such a team, there is no confusion or ambiguity about
Roles and responsibilities of a data warehouse team. Executive sponsor, project manager, user liaison manager, lead architect, infrastructure specialist, business analyst, data modeler, data warehouse administrator, data transformation specialist, quality assurance analyst, testing coordinator, and user application specialist, development programmer, and lead trainer. Each one of them have different roles and responsibilities that make up a good data warehouse team.
So let's move move on to guiding principles. At every stage of the project, you have to keep the guiding principles as a backdrop so that this principle can condition each project management decisions and actions. Some major guidelines are: first, sponsorship. No data warehouse project succeeds without strong and committed executive sponsorship. Second, project manager. It is a serious mistake to have a project manager who is more technology-oriented than user-oriented and business-oriented. The third one, team roles. Team roles are not to be assigned arbitrarily. Some warning signs may portend serious drawbacks that requires immediate remedial action. Whatever might be the nature of the warning sign, be vigilant and keep a close watch. As soon as you spot them, recognize the potential problem and take corrective action.
In the figure, it shows possible scenarios of failure. How will your data warehouse turn out in the end? Effective project management is critical to the success of a data warehouse project. In this section, we will consider project management issues as they apply especially to data warehouse projects, review some basic project management principles, and list the possible success factors. We will review a real-life success project and examine the reasons for its success. When all is said and done, you cannot always run your project totally by the book. Adopt a practical approach that produces results without getting bogged down in unnecessary drudgery.
So I hope, guys, that you learned a lot from our lesson. Yun na. Goodbye!
Bye, mga Sparrow!
Goodbye!